Alright guys, so sorry for the delay. It's been about a month and a half, 2 months since I've last actually uploaded something that isn't me yelling. And the reason for that is honestly just college, work, and boxing. And I just haven't had time to really sit down and look at a camera and talk. But I found the time. One discussion I'm just gonna go right into it. One discussion that kind of pisses me off is the fucking discussion about whether boxers should lift weights or not. Now, see, I'm a boxer, and I lift weights. And the main argument of people who say that kind of thing is you're gonna get big and bulky. Problem is, you can't get big and bulky on accident. Trust me when I say building muscle doesn't just happen, you know? It's like they see these bodybuilders and just take them as the only example, the only dimension of weightlifting, you know, completely neglecting all the fat fat weightlifters or weightlifters who aren't that big, right? Who focus more on low reps, right? Low reps and high weight. Those are the fat weightlifters that I'm talking about. I'm going off course. Let me finish. Now, see, I don't like when people only base their opinions off of experience, and I don't like, this is the other end of the extreme, where people only base their opinions off of knowledge, off of reading shit off the internet or from a fucking book. It's like, no, you have to read the knowledge or, you know, attain the knowledge and then experience it, you know, embody it. Or the other way around, you're already living through something and you read something, some sort of knowledge, and it opens your brain up a bit, right? I think that's the best balance to have. You know, you can't just fucking read about war and then expect to be fucking a master of war. Or you can't, like, read about swimming and then know how to swim. It's like you have to read about swimming, then go how and like swim, you know? That fucking makes sense if you guys are catching my drift here. It's the same with bodybuilding or weightlifting and boxing. It's like, yeah, if you do a lot of accessory movements with high volume and like high volume is what, like 40, 50 RPM, 1 rep max. It's like, yeah, if you do that 6 days a week, it's like, then yeah, you're gonna get fucking, you're gonna be more shredded and have more of an aesthetic like body, you know, especially if you start incorporating bulks and cuts into your routine. Now, if you're doing very high weights, like 80, 90 RPM, 1 rep max, and low volume, like 1 to 2 reps, if you're doing that for a few sets, a few days a week, that's not gonna get you fucking big. That's gonna get you powerful. That's gonna get you strong, right? It's gonna give you strength. And even if you take like what, 30, 40 RPM, 1 rep max. Why do I keep saying RPM then 1 rep max? Like, you guys should know what that is, or already do know. Anyway, 30, 40% RPM and moving it explosively, that's not gonna get you big either, you know? And so when I see these idiots in the boxing world talking about, oh, he's a weightlifter, and well, he's gonna get fucking big and bulky and stupid, he's just gonna be a knuckle dragger, it pisses me off. Because no, I've been lifting weights for years and I'm still not huge. You know why? Because that was never the goal for me. I never wanted to get huge or jacked and stacked and fucking, yeah, I never wanted to get juicy or whatever, you know? It's like I just wanted my performance to be at its best. And if you're training, even if you're weightlifting 7 days a week, because I do that, but you're doing it with more of an athletic routine, it's like you're incorporating a lot of compound movements. You're fucking, you're working parts. It's like, obviously, even as an athlete and a boxer and whatever, you're bound to do some accessory work. But it's like, I do most of my accessory work for my hamstrings because I got a weak ACL and a fucked up fucking knee. So I have to do that. And I have to do leg curls because that my VMOs are really fucked up. And so if you even if you do happen to incorporate some sort of like high volume exercises, it's not like you're just gonna get fucking huge overnight. It's like, that just doesn't fucking happen. You know? It's like, you look at all these fucking weightlifters who've been lifting for years and you can barely tell they lift weights. It's like, Jesus, dude, you got fucking saggy tits and, you know, you don't even have a vein or any veins in your arm or anything like that. You guys I hope you guys are catching my drift a bit. I've had way too much fucking coffee. But it's like, you can't just make a judgment and just fucking assume and just jump to the conclusion that weights are bad. It's like, yeah, a type of weightlifting when you're a boxer isn't gonna really help you. If anything, it may prove detrimental to your game. But if you actually study and learn how to lift weights correctly as a boxer and as an athlete, then you won't really face any problems. And especially as boxers, we don't really tend to go bulk like in the off season of bodybuilders. Like, bodybuilders can gain up to 20 pounds, not all muscle, of course. Yeah, I'm not that naive and stupid about the bodybuilding world, but it's like they can gain up to 20 pounds, right? Or sometimes even 30, 40. Like, a lot of people really take it far with that bulking and with that off season. And so you as a boxer, and during that bulking season, that's where they gain most of their muscle. It's like, it's very hard to gain muscle while you're losing fat or maintaining. It's not as easy. And so you see, that's why a lot of bodybuilders get big. It's because they do that for 12, 13, 14, 15 years until they actually see real, like, solid results, you know? It takes a long time. And so to think that as a boxer, when you're gaining, what, 10, 15 pounds, and most of it is water weight between fights or something, and you cut 8, 10 pounds of water weight like a week before the weigh-ins, and then you cut a few pounds beforehand of fat, like during the weeks leading up to the fight, it's like, you're not gonna gain muscle like that, man. You're not gonna get big. If you're lifting correctly and you're not going on an actual bulk diet, because I've tried to do that before, it's like, if you're not actually bulking, right, then you're not gonna get huge. You're not gonna get too big, and you aren't just gonna wake up one day with fucking bowling balls on your arm. That takes a long, long time. And so my advice: lift weights, do whatever the fuck you want. All right, lift weights correctly, the right form, etc. All that, you guys should know that. And you know, and if your goal is to get big, man, by all means, fucking do it. But if your goal is to get big and you're a boxer, all I could say is, like, good luck, because it really does. Because I've incorporated that style of training before. And at one point I actually had to stop lifting weights completely. But I won't get into that. Not now, not in this video. But it may slow you down, especially if you're trying to stay in the same weight class and you're bulking and cutting all the time between fights. It's gonna hurt your game, man. But anyway, that's the video, guys. Done.